Anhydra at risk by Camila Duha. Sea otters are multicellular as they have highly complex and interconnected organ systems that function as a unified whole. They are aerobic, which means they require oxygen to live. They can hold their breath for a maximum of 5 minutes, but rarely ever do so for so long. They are also heterotrophic. They cannot create their own food and must obtain it from other organisms. And since sea otters are omnivores, they obtain their energy from both plants and animals. Sea otters are mammals that sexually reproduce by internal fertilization, which is when the egg cell is fertilized by the sperm inside of the body. Sea otters have positive responses to things such as the abundance of food or thickly vegetated and concealed area. And they understandingly have negative responses to predators that could jeopardize their well-being. Just like people, otters have their own ways of cooling down or warming up. Sea otters have 2 sets of hair in their fur, longer guard hairs, which are waterproof when clean, protecting the underfur, which traps a layer of air to provide insulation. Sea otters are genetically diverse, and luckily there are still multiple existing populations, all spread apart, reproductively isolated. Surprisingly, even with the intense rises in the threatened southern sea otter population, their genetic diversity has remained the same, prompting researchers to question the future of their recovery. Sea otters are a very important keystone species here on the West Coast. One of their most important sources of food is the sea urchin, and by eating them, they allow kelp forests to thrive. Kelp forests are basically underwater safe havens for a variety of different sea creatures. In the absence of sea otters, kelp forests are decimated and an urchin barren result. The main causes of biodiversity loss that impact sea otters are parasites and infectious disease due to water pollution. Sea otters belong to the Euchroita domain, animal kingdom, Chordata phylum, Mammalia class, Carnivora order, Mustelidae family, Anhydra genus, Lutris species. Here is the phylogenetic tree of the Anhydra lutris. Over the years, millions of sea otters have been killed just for their fur. During the maritime fur trade alone, more than 1 million sea otters were captured and killed. Currently, there are about 106,000 sea otters worldwide, 6,000 of those located here in BC, and around 2,700 of those live along the coast of Vancouver Island. They are legally being protected by the Endangered Species Act of 1973, the World Conservation Union, the International Fur Seal Treaty since 1911, and the Marine Mammal Protection Act of 1972. These organizations and treaties help by regulating trade in certain wildlife species, such as sea otters. They also identify the species as endangered and threatened. There are other organizations such as the Hub SeaWorld Research Institute, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and SeaWorld Orlando that are helping little by little to restore their population. The Global Youth Biodiversity Network is a worldwide networking program that mainly consists of youth organizations and individuals from everywhere around the world who want to prevent the loss of biodiversity and help the earth and its beauty. The Global Youth Biodiversity Network represents the voice of all global youth and works towards raising awareness among young people about the values of biodiversity. It offers a base that connects like-minded individuals and lets them discuss how to prevent the loss of biodiversity. It is our turn to act. There are so many ways we could contribute in preventing the further loss of biodiversity, such as joining a group, spreading awareness in our own small way, and contributing to your environment. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video has helped inspire you.